In this video, we're going to explore ratio table strategies through problem solving. So let's start by reading the first problem. Elsa scores 8 points in 6 minutes. If she continues at this rate, how many points will she score in 24 minutes? So the first strategy we're going to explore is doubling. The first thing I need to do is label my ratio table. I'm going to put a P for points and an M for minutes. Looking at the problem, we can see she scored 8 points in 6 minutes. So I'm going to label that in my ratio table. So 8 and 6. If she continues at this rate, how many points will she score in 24 minutes? So I want to put the 24 minutes under the minute side. And I'm going to put it down here so I have a little bit of space. And now for this strategy, what we are going to do is we are going to double. So times 2. Each side of the ratio table, you have to do the same thing to each side until we get to 24. So 6 times 2 is 12. 8 times 2 is 16. We're going to double again. And we would have 12 times 2 is 24 and 16 times 2 is 32. So the answer to this problem is she'll score 32 points in 24 minutes. So now let's look at the second strategy for this problem. We could use multiplying. So again, I'm going to label with points and minutes, and I'm going to start with the data from the problem, so the 8 and the 6, and I want to get to 24. Now, I know 6 is a factor of 24. It's 6 times 4. So I can multiply each side by 4. So then my answer would be 4 times 8, which is 32. And I get the same answer as the other strategy, but it was a little bit faster. So for this problem, Ben scores 8 points in 6 minutes. And if he continues at this rate, how many points will he score in 9 minutes? So the strategy we're going to use is halving and multiplying. So sometimes it makes more sense to go smaller before you go larger. And that's what we're going to do here. So P for points, M for minutes, and again, the data from the problem. So 8 points in 6 minutes. And I want to get to 9 minutes. So I'm going to put my 9 here. So I know that I cannot multiply 6 to get to 9, but I can take half of it. So 1/2 of 6, and then I can find 1/2 of 8, and that is going to be 3 and 4. And now I can multiply 3 by 3 in order to get to 9, which means I have to do the same thing to the 4. So 4 times 3, and that will get me to my final answer of 12. So in 9 minutes, Ben can score 12 points. In this problem, Erin scores 15 points in 5 minutes. If she continues at this rate, how many points will she score in 11 minutes? So for this strategy, it makes more sense to use a unit rate. So starting again with the points in the minutes, and I'm labeling what I know. I know there's 15 points in 5 minutes, and I want to get to 11 minutes. And again, there's no way to multiply 5 by a number in order to get to 11. And 5 is prime, so it doesn't have any other factor besides 1. So in this case, it makes the most sense for me to make the 5 become a 1. And I'm doing that by finding what's called a unit rate. So unit rate means per 1 of something. So I'm going to divide 5 by itself. So 5 divided by 5 to get to 1, which means I do the same thing with the 15. 15 divided by 5 is going to be 3. And now I can apply a scale factor of 11 to go from 1 to 11. So 1 times 11 is 11, and 3 times 11 is 33. So in 11 minutes, Erin can score 33 points. This is the final problem that we're going to look at. This is a problem where the total is involved. The problem reads, the ratio of boys to girls in a class is 2 to 3. If there are a total of 25 students, how many boys are in the class? So we're going to start with labeling what we know. So we have boys to girls, and we know that the first number in the ratio is 2, and that refers back to the boys because the boys were listed first. So 2 to 3. The next information that they give us is that there's a total of 25 students. So it's not the boys and it's not the girls, but it's the combination of the two. So I'm actually going to add another column to my ratio table. So this is for the total. If there are 2 boys for every 3 girls, that means that the total is 5. And I know I want to get to a total of 25 students. So I'm going to put 25 underneath the total. And I'm going to put the 25 underneath the 5 because I know that I can multiply 5 by 5 in order to get to 25. And since I want to know how many boys there are, I can multiply the boys by the same factor of 5 in order to get to a final answer of 10. I don't need to worry about the girls because the question just asked about the boys. So if there are a total of 25 students, there would be 10 boys.